Hello there, I'm Dark Shades and I hail from the east of England. Welcome to my channel. If the first time you're passing through, then welcome again. Put the thumbs up if it resonates with you, put the thumbs down if it doesn't. You can share if you think the content can help someone else, or you can subscribe if you want to hear more of what I've got to talk about. Today I wanted to talk about sharing fear. And fear can come in all different ways. It can come in the form of all these videos that are going around because of COVID. It could come with people not knowing how to deal with volatile situations, sad situations. And when people are feeling uncomfortable, they tend to share what they feel uncomfortable about. They're transferring their fear onto someone else. And sometimes that person that they're transferring it on is not equipped to carry it. It's just like when people talk about someone who's dying and you see these graphic photographs on Facebook, or they send you WhatsApps with, really graphic images. They're transferring what they can't handle onto another person, which is quite selfish. But people do it all the time. They should be wondering, they should be asking themselves, before I send this picture on, or before I send this piece of news on, what do I want the recipient to do about it? What can he or she do about it? Am I just offloading? A lot of people, they're offloading their fears onto other people, and it's not fair. If you feel uncomfortable about something, why do you not think that someone else is going to feel uncomfortable? But they say misery loves company. Some people, they want to share that information because they don't know how to handle it themselves. And so they think, oh, well, I'm not quite sure what they think. I'm not quite sure if they're expecting that person to relieve them of the way that they're feeling, to have come up with some answers. But what can we really do when we get these graphic images where we have no control over the outcome? What purpose does it serve? So I'm asking you, as my community, when you have a video that makes you feel uncomfortable, stop and think, why am I sharing this video? Why am I sharing this news? What do I want to get back from the person I'm sharing it with? Is it helpful? And if you need support with what you've received, try and get that support as an individual from somebody who's qualified. As counsellors, we're told that we're not all equipped to carry the load of our clients. I think clients seem to think that no matter what you tell a counsellor, they can carry it. They can't. That's why they have supervisors. Sometimes that's why they also have areas of speciality, because it's not everything a counsellor can carry. And so when you offload a story or something that's really quite graphic or uncomfortable, you do it out without no forewarning, you can leave that counsellor feeling quite taken aback, and that counsellor is probably going to need counselling herself. And the reason I thought about that is because people, when they're sharing stuff, they're not thinking about the recipient. They're thinking, oh, I've got this, I don't like it, it's made me feel uncomfortable. Let me share it and make somebody else feel uncomfortable, so I'm not the only one who feels uncomfortable about it. That's the way I am diagnosing it. Maybe it's not that calculated. Maybe it is a question of you just want a reaction or you want a response. But what can that person say or do? If you have somebody who says, oh, my aunt is dying, you can say, okay, I'm so sorry, my condolences. That just seems like a formality, doesn't it? It doesn't feel as though it's coming from your heart off from a sincere place. It could well be, but unless that person calls you up and said, oh, thank you for letting me know. Is there anything you want me to do? Is there anything I can do? If it's within my remit, I will do it. But, you don't overextend yourself, but you know what you're capable of doing. And you know where your limitations are. So, yeah, I think when you have information that you feel uncomfortable with, just make sure that you're sharing it with somebody who's qualified to receive it, who's able to receive it, not somebody who's gone through a bad patch, who is recovering from something similar. You have some people, their parents have just died, and then you have other people, they're piling it on about their parents have died, or this person has died, and that person has died, and it's not allowing that person to kind of get to grips with the first death, because it's compounded by all this other information. It's like people who, beseeching you for money, and you know that you're not in a position to help them, or you don't feel as though you're the right person that they should be asking. And it's like an added worry, an added concern, and then, even guilt can come into it. And so you have to think about your ulterior motive when you're sharing bad news, when you're sharing fearful news, when you're sharing graphic images. What is the reason behind it? And think about it before you send it on. And that's all for now. Bye-bye.